pretty good. That's okay there. But to really make a live and it can be washed and cleaned. I've been wearing this kind of jacket for a long. And something like some people wear hats and but this for me.
That's Facebook over there, Chuck.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us.
Hopefully it's streaming now on YouTube, so we're seeing what that's going to look like in a little bit. So we got, not sure if we have anybody on board yet for the live stream over there with the Facebook, but we're about to go here but let's hear a little music.
Why not?
All right.
Hello everybody, hello. My name's Chuck Sidlow and I want you to know friendship and love we come to show. Please give us your attention. Come on, get set, let's go. We ask for you to join us in what we're gonna do. The success of our program, it all depends on you and you and you and you. So hello everybody, hello. Hello dear friends, hello.
All right, so here we are. We're hopefully broadcasting now on YouTube, and then also our friends on Facebook are seeing us there. We can see both parts. I'm gonna switch back and forth. So if you guys want to participate in today's program, you just have to send us a message through Facebook or through YouTube, and hopefully we can do that. And Chuck will later on be taking some phone calls.
I take some phone calls.
I like your phone.
Yeah, that's a big phone.
Yeah. Is that an iPhone?
No, that's terrible.
That's terrible.
It's an eye patch.
It's an iPad. I like that.
So good afternoon, everyone, and wow, thank you for joining us. If you're out there, if not, call somebody. Hurry up. Call somebody up and tell them we're live on the YouTube and on the Facebook, and we're going to be talking about behind the scenes at the world of ChuckO, past 20 years worth of programming and things that we do and why we do and how we do and what we're going to do, thanks to you.
All right, I'm going to put Chuck's phone number, so if you guys want to call, there's the number right there. And so if you want to talk right now, we're ready to talk. So
You don't say.
Who was that?
He didn't say.
Wow,
That's
come
an old
on.
guy.
Now, so if you guys want to call, we are broadcasting live, YouTube and Facebook, so it's a simulcast, so please feel free. On YouTube, you'll see the phone number right there. And on Facebook, let me give you the phone number. So you guys are you ready? 941-928.
2246
So that's 941
928
22.
46.
So if you want to call, you're welcome to call. But I'm going to be here. We have a screen back here, and we're going to be running through some things. And the theme for today is behind the scenes.
Yeah, wait, before we go any further,
Yeah, what you going to do?
I'd like to you introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are.
Oh, I'm nobody.
No, that's not true.
But this is Chuck Sidlow, and I'm DaVId Pineda-Whistle. And what I've been doing for the past year in unofficial capacity is to be the videographer for the world of ChuckO.
Technical director as well.
Well, we do all kinds of things.
We do a lot.
Yeah, and we started this, oh my goodness, was it May last year?
Yeah, the last week of June.
Last week of June last year.
And we started with the world of ChuckO on Patreon.
On Patreon, that's
And
right.
speaking of Patreon, that's one of our characters. We're going to talk about the characters.
Yeah, and
but
just
you've
a
been
little
helping her too, because if you've enjoyed the last 3 programming, she's been featured in the program as a new character. And we're going to talk about her in a little bit and what you've been doing with her recently,
Right.
like in the last program.
So-
But I don't want to get ahead of myself.
No, that's okay. But we're going to mention a couple of different people throughout the broadcast. So if you have questions, please feel free to comment. And one very important thing is, and it just helps the ratings on YouTube and Facebook, is please give it a like. Just click on that like button. And then if you're on Facebook, you can host a party.
Watch
so
party,
a
yeah,
watch
watch
party.
party.
Yeah, so please host a watch party. And
I had a
then-
watchdog one time.
The what?
I had to get rid of him. A watchdog.
A watchdog.
Yeah, I had to get rid of him. He couldn't tell time.
We're in for a very long afternoon. No, that's great. Now, again, if you're on Facebook and you want to call Chuck, the phone number is 941-928-2246.
I'm waiting.
941-928-2246. And so we'll be taking live phone calls, and hopefully that if you call, fine. If you don't call,
Be like a telethon, you know.
telethon,
Yeah, yeah. You know,
yeah.
yeah. But you don't have to tell.
But you
can
don't
just
have to tell.
You can telephony, that's for sure.
Telephony, yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about the past programs. Of course, we did all the short episodes last year, and those can be found at worldofchucko.com, and you can go to YouTube, and from there you can see the whole playlist. So that's very important that you go and check it out, and please share them and give them a like. And if you're new to this, please subscribe, and then there's a little bell right next to the subscribe button, and if you click on it, every time we put a new video or we go live, you're going to get a notification saying that we're live or a new video has been posted. So that's
right.
very important. If you're on Facebook, please give it a thumbs up or a love or anything that except hate. No.
They don't have that button.
They don't have that button. Good thing. So what are we going to do during the COVID-19 situation? And I think that's mainly what this new series has come through.
Yeah, well, you know, this is the first time I had an opportunity. We've done 3 programs. We did a Memorial Day program, and we did the Father's Day program, and then we just did the 4th of July World of ChuckO Live on the YouTube and on the Facebook. And you can find them both, all 3 of them. They're ready to go, and you can look at them at your convenience on demand. But really, the reason why we started to make these kind of programs is for the last 20 years, my wife Noriko and I, some of you know Noriko, we've been servicing and sharing our gifts, God-given gifts, with the senior care facilities and senior health care facilities and special needs. Sometimes my tongue gets caught in front of my eye teeth and I can't see what I'm saying. Happens sometimes. Anyway, with the senior community and senior health care community and special needs community and the live programming, is based upon the individuals that we've gotten to know. Their needs, their wants, their expertise, their opinions, and their knowledge. These people are wonderful. We come from all over the world, and they find themselves here in Sarasota, a lot of them, and surrounding areas. And we've been blessed to go in and do programming with these people. And so over the years, we've met so many wonderful people, and I hope some of you are watching right now. But what we found out most recently is I had a little stumbling block starting in January, and I was out of commission for a little while, and thanks to God and friends and prayers, many of you may be watching today, your prayers certainly have worked. God brought me back to do something special. I'm trying to figure out what it is, but in the meantime, you and your lovely wife, Tirza, had committed to broadcast and record some of the things that we want to take to the nursing facilities and to the special needs, because we found out that these people a lot of them are still in quarantine since March. Some of them haven't seen a family member live and in person. Only the staff, the wonderful staffs that work in these facilities, are their daily interactions only for basic needs. And it's unbelievable. And I wouldn't be as passionate as I would. I'm passionate and I care, but it happened to me when I was in the hospital for the last 10 days when the pandemic came in. Then Noriko couldn't come. No friends could come. And I was got caught again. Well, I found out exactly what it is to be caught when you have no choice. Yeah. It's not by no means of your own. Yeah. And you can't. So we said, got to be another way. You only have the television. Television is wonderful. You got the internet if you can work it, but I'm having trouble working the YouTube and the Facebook. It's hard. So we wanted to go to the facilities that we have been serving, and we wanted to get into their television channels. A lot of them have a channel that they use for information. And we've been trying since April, I guess it was, been trying to gain access with this kind of programming, with our variety programming. And we're going to talk about the type of program if you haven't seen it. But if you know the world of ChuckO program, there's a variety of things. We start with history, mystery, magic, music. Oh, somebody calling.
Yep.
Look at that. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take it right live on air. Hello? Hello?
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, this is Mitch. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, turn your television or your internet down because we got a little bit of a delay. Ladies and gentlemen, I was talking to one of the great American circus clowns. His name is Mitch Freddies. And he was not only a great American circus clown, but when I went to the circus, to the Ringling Brothers Circus in 1977, he has already been a journeyman. He had been there since 1974. And he became a very, very close friend, and more important, a mentor and a guide for my, hey, there's background they know about Mitch. And you had, if you've ever seen the Ringling Brothers Circus from 1974 all the way through into the 90s, he's just an outstanding character. And we're going to talk a little bit about clowns and characters. But Mitch, I had to give that little introduction to you. What did I leave out? Well, let me put this down. Let me take you on the big phone here. Can you hear me better now?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So now you're in Mississippi, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, Chuck, I wanted to ask you, how did you make that transition from being in the circus and circus clowning to what world of ChuckO has become now? I mean, how did you make that transition? Was it an easy transition?
Well, I'm going to repeat the question just in case people can't hear on our through the broadcast. And the question, ladies and gentlemen, from the great Mitch Freddies, professional circus clown for nearly 50 years, and a mentor of mine. He asked me how I made the transition from going from the circus ring, there are 3-ring circus of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, the arenas and 22,000 people, to doing what we're doing now. Is that right, Mitch, what we're doing now?
Right.
Well, it's an interesting dynamic because for those of you who don't know, the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus under Irvin and Kenneth Feld, which we were very, very proud to work for and with, in the 70s and the 80s was quite the dynamic. Mr. Irvin Feld bought the circus in 1968 or 67, and they had the first clown college. And Mitch and I both are students and later teachers at that clown college. And the American style clowning was geared and taught at the clown college for one thing and one thing only, and that's to perform for Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus in the 3-ring arena. And so the transition to go to a stage or to a theater or to a street or to television or to now video, each one of those is an art form in itself, and you had to relearn and apply what your knowledge is, but you have to understand how to make that transition. And Mitch's question is, how do I make the transition? Well, for me, I gotta say it was a God blessing. First of all, to have mentors and teachers like you, Mitch, and so many others, and I'm sure that if they don't call in, they've passed away, but the ones that have been so influential in who ChuckO has become. My personality and my persona is my personal person. And because of that outside influence, and you're an outside influence, I've become who I am and how I am. So I live naturally through any situation. And that's basic cartoon clowning 101, is if you live the situation. See, an actor, and a Broadway actor or a movie actor or television actor gets a script, and someone writes a script and they write the lines and they identify the character. But what we learned as a clown in the circus, in the Ringling Brothers Circus, is that your individual character defines all those things. Defines how you move, how you look, if you speak, how you talk, why you talk, what you say, when you say it, and probably the most difficult is what not to do, but what not to do, not what to do. Because you learn a lot of things and you want to do everything. And then the skill, I think the big transition, Mitch, what I learned most is learning what not to do and when not to do it. And then you can apply that basic knowledge and continued education, because we still trying to learn all the time about ourselves, about the environment, about the public, and all those things change constantly. So in answer to your question, I think I can answer the question by saying one thing, I was God blessed and God driven to pay attention to the public I was serving, no matter what medium it was, and let them see what I believed I wanted, what I was, what I believed I am and what I was. So the transition, although different from performing in a 22,000 seat arena in Madison Square Garden to a one-on-one bedside with someone maybe in their last hours of life, the heart and the mind is the same message. It's love and care and reality. They put a real face on a real person. And I hope that answers your question. I'm not sure if I did. But
can I?
Yeah, sure.
Mitch, it's good to hear your voice. And I think I've seen you perform, and I've seen some of your colleagues also now perform. And one thing that's always attracted me to the first time that you tricked me into going to one of your programs and playing the cello, and you can find that at the World of ChuckO YouTube channel, where I had this invitation from Chuck and Rico to go to a facility. We were going to do a rehearsal afterwards, and it turned out that he called me in the middle of it and he tricked me into actually doing a performance, and it turned out to be really a beautiful program for the people that were there. And Mitch, to me, from the outsider point of view, and then becoming kind of not, I'm not sure, I was just an impromptu participant. What I saw from Chuck and Rico is that they reacted to the individuals that were sitting there and watching the program, and then it was a change, and they have this special talent. Chuck and Rico have this special talent that they are guided by the audience that is watching. So the video transition now in the world of ChuckO, I think, is a little difficult in one regard, that you don't have that live person. Like right now we're live and we're happy that we can answer some questions, but we're not seeing your faces. He's not seeing your faces. And I know, Mitch, you as a professional performer and clown, you react to people. And when I saw Chuck and Rico going to the facilities to spread their love to all these people that were watching with different, they had different needs.
That's right.
Some of them couldn't talk, but they could see. Some were hard of hearing, but they could see. Some of them couldn't hear or participate in other ways. But you and Rico always found a way to include them in the program, just like you included me in that first program. And so I think your transition, correct me if I'm wrong, was instead of watching 22,000 people react by applause and noise, you looked at the people's eyes that were in this room and you reacted to them and gave them that spark in their eye where they're smiling from inside out. And
Now you hit it,
that.
the smiling from their heart. But Mitch, I have to tell you this. You didn't never realize this. We never talked about it. But Mitch's mom was blind. And so our performance, although she never seen him perform, I learned from Mitch to perform with your heart. And you just said it. You smile with your heart. And even blind people, and that's one of the dynamics of our programming, even now in the world of ChuckO, in our live programming and the video thing, if you can't see and you can't hear, how can you feel the energy? How can you feel the love? How can you feel the balance of humor and tragedy? And where there's, and Mitch, you taught that to me, not in a lesson, but watching you and understanding how passionate you are with every routine I ever seen you do and everything you ever did, privately or in the ring. But hearing the story about your mom and that she couldn't see you perform, but she knew you was a clown and she loved you and you made her see with her heart. And I hope that's one lesson I got from you that I can share. Now I'm sharing it worldwide. I hope so.
Mitch, you see me move my finger in probably in about 15 seconds, but you can hear me right now on the phone. And I think what Chuck is saying, that some of your lessons from your own heart and your family situation are part of the world of ChuckO now.
Absolutely, it's made me.
And yeah, and so I think it's very special that you are part of the transition without you even intending to be, but what you do and your background and what your legacy has accompanied Chuck and Rico now, and you are now part of the world of ChuckO as we know it now, even under the conditions that we are now going on a video screen rather than on a stage.
Yeah, and we're going to include you soon enough. We're going to talk about the characters we have now, and we've slowly introduced, of course, but the plan, of course, is to introduce you live, if not by video, soon enough, and some of our routine, you and I together, and your individual stuff. And also I'm going to bring Peter Potofsky in, you know, our old friend. And
Peter, if you're watching, give us a call.
And Skeeter Reese, you know, where
Skeeter,
he's at.
give us a call.
So there's the people that, you know, that have influenced our lives that are still around, that are a part of the world of ChuckO, whether you see it or not. And I hope that when you see me, that you'll see some of yourself in there. I just hope so.
Thank you for being part of the world of ChuckO, Mitch.
All right. Well, hey, Chuck, I just want to say what you're doing is a wonderful thing. Very few people can do that, what you're doing, and you've been doing it a long time, and I just wish, you know, everything works out through this corona for you, and you just keep on doing, because, man, not many people can do what you do.
Coming from you, that's wonderful, Mitch. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mitch, for your call.
We're going to
so
keep
much.
taking it, because stay with us. I'm going to hang up, but I want to, if you get another idea or something, give me a call. I hope I answered your question, and I really want you to know how much and how important you are to the world of ChuckO, to me personally, but to our whole project here.
All right. Mushy, mushy.
Mushy, mushy, love you. That's for Noriko. Love you, man. Thank you.
Bye, Mitch.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Hey, that's great. Wow. You know, he was quite the clown. If you go to YouTube, even on our YouTube, I think you can see him in there with a shaving. We did a shaving routine, and I did it singly, but I also did it with Mitch. We did it in China. We did an acupuncture routine. We're going to bring that back pretty soon.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can get him out of Mississippi here live.
Yeah.
But maybe with your magic, and you're teaching Kristen, you're teaching...
We can, next time, of course, this is the first live taking phone calls and just having a conversation casually. We're going to try to do as many as we can during this time of COVID. It looks like, you know, we had a good spot. Now we're in a little slowed down during this pandemic, but we are all pulling together, and we know we're going to all make it out of this. So, but we're going to keep this format and seeing who else can come on board.
There you go.
Someone else calling you.
Oh, Big Jim. This is interesting. This is ChuckO. You're live on the air. How you doing?
Hey, ChuckO, how you doing, man? This is Jim Straight.
Hey, Big Jim. How you doing? Chicago, Jim. How you doing? Hey, your wife just had a birthday. Happy birthday to her.
I said happy birthday, and she's sitting right here.
Well, happy birthday. We're going to sing it to you and anybody else having a birthday. Might as well. We're going to tell them right now.
Hey, Noriko.
Noriko, can you come over there?
Hey, Noriko.
Huh? Can you get over?
Can you play for us?
Just a minute, happy birthday. We got old Big Jim.
You're not going to be on
yeah.
camera. We're just
We don't
gonna
put you
sing
on the
happy
camera.
birthday.
That's right.
We're not gonna...
But anyway, how's the weather in Chicago over there?
I'm going to step aside.
Stay with us. It's for Carol, everybody.
Carol, here you go.
Happy birthday to you. Live on the radio. Happy birthday to on the video. Happy birthday, dear Carol and Jim Straight over there in Chicago. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And anybody else having a birthday that we didn't identify, guess what? In the world of ChuckO,
Thank you, Noriko.
Thank you, Noriko. One of the things we wanted to do in the world of ChuckO, and as you noticed in the last 3 episodes, monthly programs that we did, we keep them about a half hour short. And we want to do it, and we will, as we grow, we want to include some topical news, and we want to include some birthdays, and we want to do some interactive calls. But recently, because of the Memorial Day, the Father's Day, and the 4th of July, the material was so, we had so much material that we wanted to keep it short and sweet, and we hope it was entertaining. But we're growing.
I'm sorry, we're very excited, and we have apparently a lot of people that are calling in, but we want to talk to you a little bit. Tell us what you're doing over there. How are you guys doing?
Oh, well, you know what's going on in the nation, so we're hunkering down a little bit, but we're getting out a bit. You know, I'm good to see my buddy ChuckO looking much, much better.
Thank you.
I'm recovering from a shoulder surgery myself. I had a rotator cuff tear.
Really?
So,
Rotary cuff. Why don't you get a diatome? You know, I went to the doctor the other day and I said, I broke my arm in 3 places. I said, what should I do about it, doc? He said, stay out of those places.
That's right. Yeah, I went to my doctor and I said, well, here's what I do this. And he said, yeah, well, don't do that.
Come on, Jim. I have to tell everyone, Jim was a clown on the blue unit of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus. Yes, he was. And quite the clown, by the way. What a talented man, and funny. That's the thing. In our time, the time that I spent and was blessed to be with the Ringling Brothers Circus, the clowns, there was a couple different eras of the clown college, and Jim happened to come from an era of characters. And there was different eras. One was where there was a lot of people with very, very talented, skilled people, different kind of skills. And I'm talking about traditional or historical style circus skills. In the case of my era, and when Jim and Mitch, we were selected more so because of our personality, and not necessarily we couldn't ride a unicycle or juggle or walk stilts or things like that. But we did learn those things. but the character driven. And Jim, you was quite the character. I gotta say, I never forget that.
Hey, you gotta send us some pictures so we can put them in the background here. Of
Yeah,
course.
we got some.
Yeah, we got some pictures, but
We didn't know never who was going to come in. Call
yeah,
in.
yeah. But can you send us some pictures? So next time we can put some of your pictures.
Sure, I could do my best. I'll
All right.
figure out how to do it electronically. I'm a little bit below the curve when it comes to electronic communications. but-
And you're making our point, Jim. That's the point of these programs. We're trying to make them as easy as possible for people to access. And thanks to Mr. DaVId, and he's training our Patriot Tot girl. We're going to meet her in a little bit on the thing.
Yeah.
But to get, and she's a little bit younger than us, so she's got that knowledge on how to get the stuff in and out. And so that's a wonderful thing that you're talking about, because it's difficult for our regular clients to get access. So anybody that's watching right now, I'm going to use your phone call, Jim, as a crutch, and in a good way, and say if you have any way or access to the different facilities that we serve or we're not serving yet, and they can run our programs for your individual clients, we're happy to service you and get those programs to you, because the idea is to give a breath of fresh air, an open window, something just to change the mode. And Jim, we got calls coming in. Is there anything you want to tell us aside from that? I really appreciate your comments and call.
I just want to say, man, it's good to see you and it's good to hear your voice, and I'm glad you're doing good, and God bless. And,
It is a God blessing, no question. Thank you, Jim. I'll talk to you
Thanks,
later.
Jim.
okay,
Well,
man.
thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Hello, 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 hello,
Uh-oh.
hello, hello, hello. Hey, it's Patriot Todd is on there. We got a
Let's
picture
see if
of
we
her
can
in
find
there.
her.
Patriot Todd. That's our lovely Christina
she is.
Wilson. Look at, ladies and gentlemen, can you see this young lady right there? Yeah. Can you see her on there? So turn your whatever device you're down a little bit, because we got a little bit of a delay. And I'm going to call you Christine because we love you. And Patriot Todd is your clown character. And just so happened, ladies and gentlemen,
Look how beautiful you look.
yeah.
Look at that.
Just so
Look at
happened,
that
she
thing.
didn't come up with that red, white, and blue because she met the world of ChuckO. She's been doing that a little while now.
Kristen, can you give us a little background on how you came up with this character?
I was really young, and I just, my family really loved the 4th of July and being patriotic in the country, and that's how Patriot Talk kind of came about with my family and just my belief in the USA and the love of the holidays.
Well, you really fit in the world of ChuckO, don't you?
You are. I was gonna get next time we're gonna do it, and hopefully next time you can join us too. But I mean, right now we're very informal. I just put some of my, informal clothes today. To be with you
A
guys.
bow tie's in full.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't wear a tuxedo.
You must have got that tie in Thailand. How we say, Patriot Todd, when ChuckO says something silly, what do you say?
I say, "Wonderful."
Put 'em pum. Yeah. But
So is your mom there with you?
She is.
Hello there. Hey, who is that? Nikki over there? Hello there, dear. Are you there? Can she hear me?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you guys?
We-
Y'all look good on TV.
We look, yeah, well, powder and paint makes you what you ain't. Just remember that.
oh, what? I gotta remember that one. Yeah.
That come from the great Jackie LeClaire. Anytime you go into television or put your makeup or wardrobe on, you go into public, he said, just remember, powder and paint makes you what you ain't. But that don't, yeah.
Now, just
And Rick Nichols is doing that.
Yeah.
we're so delighted to have, and just so everybody knows, she did pretty much. You did 99% of the production on the 4th of July because I wasn't able to do it, and I was actually an spectator. I was the audience then, and it was so fun to watch you guys from the other side of the screen and not know what was coming up. It was really a lot of fun because I mean I kind of knew certain things.
Oh, you had an
until-
idea, but you didn't know.
but
eh?
I didn't know, and so it was so nice. Thank you for doing that program.
Wait till you see what we got this time, boy. So
I can't wait, and that's one of the things that we're going to talk today too.
Absolutely.
Is to how the programs come together, because they're not as easy as they look on the screen, aren't they, Kristen?
How about from behind the camera? What's your take on behind the camera versus being in front of the camera?
It's just a different dynamic being in front of the camera. Obviously a lot of fun, and you get to interact, and that's what people see. But behind the camera is where everything kind of comes together, and if you don't have all of that behind the camera, then there really isn't a product for people to see in front of the camera. So they're both very, very important, and a lot of fun to do both ways. It's just using different creative sides of your mind.
Yeah,
That's great.
we got some work for you. We're cutting out some work for you.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna. It's nice to know that everybody's got everybody else's back, and when everybody can pick up after everybody else and continue.
Nobody
the
picks
program.
up after me.
That's kind of hard. Yeah.
I don't think that's after you, my friend.
I think you're right about that. That's Noriko, yeah.
Yeah. Noriko. What are they called? We gotta get Noriko the big Japanese sticks.
Oh, you mean a Kindle stick?
Kindle stick. Yeah. You don't see the bruises, but they're there.
You're telling me. She's tough, man. Because she wears a mask and I don't. That's the problem. Bam!
Bam.
We got to do the kendo routine. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's coming up next.
Yeah, we
Maybe
should
when
do
we
that.
go back to school, maybe in September.
absolutely.
We go back to school, yeah.
Yeah.
But we got a big program coming up, by the way. Chris, I hope you and your mom is available to come on Thursday. We're having a talk through and a walkthrough, and possibly film some on Friday. And you're hearing this live first time on the internet here.
Yeah, he sprung that one on me.
Yeah, you too, if you're available. And Noriko doesn't know it either. But we got a couple of special projects for you. One, not only behind the camera, but I want to use them singing tones you got. You got a beautiful singing voice,
Yeah. Oh yeah, that we're gonna hear you singing, right?
I don't know how beautiful it is, but we'll give it a shot.
That sounds great. Hey, thanks for calling in today, and there she is.
Look at everybody,
There
Patriot
she
Talk.
is. And I don't have your music theme today, but we're gonna play it next time.
Yeah, she's got a special musical theme that comes with her, yeah. So, anyway, we'll talk to you and your mom. We'll talk to you guys in a little while. Thank you very much for the call. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you. Wow, that was great, with a lot of calls right in a row.
Yeah.
Man, Shevitz, that was great.
Let's see. I'm gonna put on the screen the phone number again.
Oh
so-
yeah, that'd be nice.
There you go. So if they want to call,
Oh, there she is. Hello. Yeah, okay.
now let's talk about this slide in the back. I think everybody can see that. Tell me about this fellow in here. He's a lovable person, and Tirsa and I really have just got to know JP.
Sure.
Tell the
JP
world-
Theron is from a circus family. His mother and father are both circus performers, and his mom in later years worked at the Clown College making wardrobe, and his wife still works for the Ringling Brothers organization. Well, it's no longer Ringling Brothers, but for Feld Entertainment, and his daughter as well in different capacities. But JP is an ultimate performer of all different types. The year before I went to the Ringling show, which was 1977, JP and just before Mitch, who called up, Mitch Freddy's, they were in the show together. They were in the Ringling show together, and he did a breakaway sway pole. If you've ever seen a breakaway sway pole, it's a very, very tall pole, and they do acrobatics on the top, and then at the end, it breaks it down. And it's just a very, very exciting and scary act.
Scary,
For the last 40 or so years, he has been working many, many different positions and jobs, but he works with the great Wallenda family, Tino Wallenda,
Tino
the
Wallenda,
Flying
yeah.
Wallendas, and he does a multitude of things aside from clowning.
I know he's a
Pyrotechnic.
Pyrotechnic,
yes.
right? So-
he worked with a lot of different
Yeah.
great stars.
So if you saw
Bellenbach and his
the
daughter.
4th of July special, Chuck, you actually have to have license to handle those materials. So, phone.
Here he is. It's JP.
Oh, it's a JP.
Hey, JP, we're just talking about you. Can you, wait a minute, let me hear you. See if we can get you on the microphone. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Well, there you are right there on the screen there.
Hey, JP.
Oh, I'm on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know if you're watching or listening, but DaVId is here, and I just started talking about, DaVId was talking about your special effects licensing and, you know, the responsibilities and such.
Can
The
you?
theatrical effects, the special effects, yes, sir. I hold
Yeah.
federal licenses in pyrotechnics and their display.
Wow. Holy
That's
smokes.
all-
And we're lucky to have that last time.
We're so blessed. And now I want to tell JP, you know how much we appreciate you. And right now, everybody needs to know that everybody in the world of ChuckO is donating their services.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And we are donating our services because we want, during COVID-19, we want to get to all those people that can't get out. We want this screen to be the window from our heart to you. So,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
you've been such a joy to meet. I don't think I would recognize you without makeup, but I would recognize your voice, and I would certainly recognize your eyes. And you are such a kind heart and giving heart. And thank you for joining the world of ChuckO now. And of course now I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So that's really what's been going on. You, Patriot Tot, and Bruce.
Of course, that's Grandma Pearl,
Grandma Pearl.
a.k.a. Bruce Cotillo, yeah. And you and Bruce and Mitch just called, by the way, I don't know if you were with us. Mitch just called, and you and Bruce and Mitch all worked on the Red Unit of the Ringling Brothers Circus the year before I got there, right?
Right. 1977.
Can you imagine? That's the year I went to the clown college.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, 1977. But I'd like to back up a step and just tell, you know, what a pleasure it is for me to have the same mindset as all of the great cast and crew of the world of ChuckO. People that are
thank you.
behind the
You're just
scenes.
amazing, you know.
DaVId, it's been a pleasure to meet and know you and your lovely wife, Tirza.
Thank you.
Rico, Bruce, Patriot Tot, all the wonderful talent, and especially the dedication that each person puts in behind trying to reach those that are less fortunate than us right now,
Absolutely.
that have no other touch with the outside world.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this great outreach.
Oh, it's a God blessing, and it's a privilege to have you. And your words are just like you. They're beautiful, and they're just so heartfelt. I got to tell you, JP, yeah, truly, and I mentioned this earlier, and I don't want to get too far going with it, but truly is a God's blessing. All these people on the screen, the people that's here in this room right now, and the people that we're serving, that we have the privilege to serve, God put them in a place in front of us for a reason. And we're not by any means through. We're just getting started, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait to see what's coming.
I think it's such a wonderful thing right now to let those that are at home right now locked down know they're not alone. We're there. We're thinking about you. We're putting the world of ChuckO together for you and those of you who can't get a chance to have any other communication with the outside world.
Yeah.
If we can lighten your hearts and make you smile, we've done what we can do for you.
Oh, how
Thank you.
powerful.
Thank
Thank you, JP. Thank you very, very much.
You're an angel.
My pleasure.
Literally, you're an angel. Thank you.
Great talking to you, gentlemen.
Wait, by the way, if you didn't know it, right here live on TV, I'm having a walk and a talk through on Thursday, and you've just been invited, so just in case you didn't.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you, JP. Thank you. It's wonderful.
We love
having
you, JP. Give your family
God bless you all.
give your
Thank you,
family
too.
our love. God bless you guys.
Sure will.
But thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Wow, how powerful his words are, you know?
I know.
And what an ultimate performer. He really is. He really just from one end to the other, and it's in his heart.
Now, this lady.
That's right.
Listen,
Holy smokes! Hey, wait a minute. That's Grandma Pearl.
tell me about Grandma Pearl.
Grandma Pearl, I met on the Ringling Show, as I mentioned, we're very fortunate. The Ringling Brothers Circus brought so many people together. And he also is a graduate of the Clown College. And he was on the show when I got there. Bruce Catilla is his name. And he works now as Grandma Pearl. And he's a character. And he does a lot of different lip syncing and comedy routines. He actually learned from one of the great trapeze artists who actually still lives in Sarasota, Miss Norma Fox. La Norma, she doubled for the great Betty Hutton in the movie The Greatest Show on Earth. And Bruce went to La Norma and asked to learn the single trapeze. And dressed as a woman, he did a comedy single trapeze as Grandma Pearl. He did a comedy single trapeze.
Was that the first time Grandma Pearl?
No, I don't think so. I think he did a lot of different comedy routines. And guess what?
I've seen some of the stand-up routines.
Stand-up is one thing. Yeah. He does stand-up comedy, of course. But he does the lip syncing. And in the next program, you didn't know about this either. In the next program,
news to me.
ChuckO and Friends Summer, get ready for the summer, or enjoying the summer. Grandma Pearl's going to do a special number, one of these special numbers, with music. And the music is incredible. Because
is that the video that Patriot is producing?
She's going to get it, and she's going to sing it too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because, we have some trouble with the music. Sometimes you have to pay for the music.
Yeah. But all the music, just to break a little bit.
Please, I'm getting there. That's why I sent it to you.
Our music director is Noriko. And Noriko, nothing goes out to you without having Noriko's stamp of approval. And sometimes it's not so much a stamp of approval as it's okay. But that's okay. Getting an okay from Noriko is a pretty high standard.
That's a high standard.
Yeah. And so we're very blessed to have that. But all the music you hear on the World of ChuckO is directed by Noriko. And you got another phone call.
Hey, guess who it is?
Who's
Grandma
that?
Pearl.
Oh, there you go, Bruce.
Hey, Grandma Pearl, is that you?
That's me, honey. What you doing?
Okay. She's right there. We got you. Look at that picture. Can you see the screen? There's your picture right up there.
Oh, honey, I thought I need to go see the doctor.
What? You got to see the doctor. What happened, Grandma Pearl?
Face doctor.
The face doctor. No, listen, Grandma Pearl, we're just talking about it, and maybe you can do better than us. I did expose your name is Bruce Catilla, and that you were with the Ringling Brothers Circus as a professional performing clown.
Were you blue team or red?
He was on the red. He was on the red. With Mitch. Mitch called earlier. JP called, and I was there. And he also worked in a lot of different shows. And circuses.
Well, let her talk.
So I want to lead to you and see if you don't mind. Just tell a little bit about yourself and how you got to what you do and how you do and why you do. But just any way you want to do it, because we wanted to give just a public an introduction to Grandma Pearl, and we don't have you live. So, ladies and gentlemen, Grandma Pearl.
Oh, my goodness. Well, after I went to clown college, I was doing many years on the circus. I was on Circus Vargas and Hannaford Circus. I decided to take my clowning a step further and do stand-up comedy, and also to do lip syncing. And that's what I'm doing now.
Well, it's fun. Of course, the first time I saw you was when we did that...
Baby gag.
Yeah, Father's Day. And we had so much fun filming that episode. And I when I was doing the editing, I had this in my face all the time. Because all of you are so special, and it's a craft, but it's also a gift. And I think I can, it's just from an outsider. You guys grew up on stage. I grew up in a different stage, performing, but not in clowning. Very, very different. But it's so much fun to see the craft. I can appreciate, from being classically trained musician, I can appreciate how much it takes to do every single line, and the makeup, the eye, the lip effect, the hair, the hips, other things, you know. It was such a pleasure to film it and then to edit it, because many people probably can guess that a 24-minute episode takes about 60 hours of work and takes about probably 40 hours of editing.
And takes about 40 or 50 years to have the knowledge and the education to do it. That's
Absolutely.
for sure.
I mean, to see that, I'm not sure if there's probably like a 15-second delay to what you can see and what we have now. But it was so much fun editing that, of course, it's work, but it's that kind of work that makes you smile, you know. So you're very special, Bruce.
Yeah. Hey, Grandma Pearl got a surprise for you while we're on air. I'm so glad you called in. And I just told to Patriot Todd, and I told to JP, and I told to DaVId, and I told to Tirza, and I told to Noriko. Right now, while we're live on the air, on Thursday, this coming Thursday, we're going to have a walk and talk, and I've decided if you'll agree to do one of your very famous lip-singing numbers in this episode, in the coming episode of The World of ChuckO. So we're going to ask you to do that, and we're going to, hopefully you'll come here Thursday and we can talk about it.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Well, you see, I got red hair. In the picture, I got red hair.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, you know, red on the head.
Oh, hey, that's enough, Grandma Pearl. I think you took it in. I think you took it out of town over there. Listen, we're so happy to talk with you. We'll see you on Thursday, and thank you for everything, your contribution to the world of ChuckO. Just like I told everyone, you know, you and the others are the world of ChuckO. So if the people like it and enjoy it, and they seem to be, we want to continue introducing and reintroducing your character and all the different wonderful things that you bring to the world of ChuckO. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Bruce. Mama, Grandma Pearl.
See you, Grandma Pearl. See you later.
Grandma Pearl.
Thank
We'll
you.
See you next week.
That's
All
great.
right. So that was good.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah.
Well, you see, now look at there. Now look at there.
That's
There's in
another
the back
behind
seat.
the scenes.
There's the tears. That's DaVId and his lovely wife. Now they have been musicians as well.
No, wait. Let me interrupt you.
Okay, go ahead.
We were going. Where were we going?
I don't know.
Oh, we were going to the circus on that one. And there's nothing more funny than when you, Chuck, you said, I'm driving. But the looks of people when there's a clown driving.
You know, in the circus I used to drive, but I had a lot more people in the back.
I know. You had, how many people were in
It depended on the time, but here's a good little short story.
Yeah.
So the first year, some of you know, and I'll say, I've learned a lot of things. You know, sometimes you get in a mode and you tell a story and the people are not interested or they don't know about it. So I always preference the story. So I'm going to preference the story. For those of you who don't know me, I was with the Ringling Brothers Circus, and I was very, very blessed and had the great opportunity to become the youngest boss clown in the history of the circus.
Yeah.
And you can find out about that and all that stuff, but
It's on the website.
it's a blessing, it's a privilege, but it was a responsibility. And like any other young, new person that wants to make a name for themselves, I thought, oh boy, the clown car. They only been doing it for 150 years. When I come along, I'm going to do something different. I want to do something better. So I said, instead of having, let's see, how many we had? We had about 14 or 15 people and a whole lot of props in there. So I said, okay, I'm going to get 15. I can get 18. We had 27 clowns under, on each unit. And I was on the red unit. That year I was the boss. So I said, I'm going to get more. So we had a theme and we loaded everybody in there and it was 15. I said, I'm going to get 3 more in there. And I got 3 more in there and we had the dress rehearsal to run through. And for those of you who know who Mr. Irvinfeld, he owned and operated the greatest show on earth. And he was just a master of everything. Mr. Feld had one of many famous lines and things that he would say. But one thing he would say is, I may not know what funny is, but I know what it isn't. And if you heard that and understand that, it takes a while to learn it, but you get it. So anyway, everybody has to impress Mr. Fell when the clowns. We had 53 clown routines with 27 clowns.
That's a lot of clowns.
Two big ones with 15 to 16 or 18 clowns. One was the clown car, and the clown car had 14 or 15 people. But I wanted to do better. So I put in 18 clowns. We have it. We go through, do the routine. After the show, there's a dress rehearsal. This is the dress rehearsal. And so after the dress rehearsal, they have a meeting upstairs. And Mr. Fell's in his office. And Mr. Fell was sitting in his office. He had a big desk. Next to him was his son, who actually owns Fell Entertainment now, and his daughters, his beautiful daughters. They were just little children at that time. But his son was on one side, and his assistant was on the other side, Mr. Arnold Bramo. And then it would go around. General manager, production manager, producer, this one, that one. Go around. Every department had a department head sitting around this room. And the air conditioning was ice cold. And we had just come out of a 3-hour performance, sweating. And we go in this ice cold office, but it's okay when you first get there, but after 10, 20 minutes, you start getting the chills, and a little sick because it's soaking wet. And so I was in there, and the other department heads was all in there. And I was waiting. I was so happy the way he's going to say how great the clown car was, because it was a really nice routine. And we had 18 clowns. He goes around, he goes around, he goes around. He don't say anything. He don't say anything. He don't say anything. So, young, ready, excited. Excuse me, Mr. Feld. Yes, he says. He had glasses on like this. His eyeballs were going like this here. And he had a cigar in his mouth like this here. He says, what do you got to say? I said, how'd you like that clown car? We had 18 clowns in there. And he hit his hands on the desk like this. Bam! And if you just imagine like a cartoon, when his hands hit the desk, everybody that was sitting around the table stand up like that. Like, bam! And everybody was up, and then everybody was down. He says, do you know how long that number was? I said, yes, sir. 4.5 minutes. He says, 4.5 minutes tonight. That act is 3 minutes, not a minute longer, not a minute shorter. Matter of fact, tomorrow's 2.5 minutes. I don't care if you bring one clown out of there. I said, but Mr. Fell, we brought in 18 clowns. He said, the clown car is 3 minutes. No more, no less. Do you understand it? And I learned that lesson. And we went back to 15 clowns. It was still good. It was still...
Got in 3 minutes?
Got in 3 minutes. Got the extra half minute. I got the extra half minute. Talk about time.
Talk about time.
One time I was there sitting...
Well, how long was usually you have a 3-ring circus?
3-hour show with a 15-minute intermission.
15 minutes. That's all.
And the clowns were in there anywhere from 8 to 15 times with that many costume changes. Plus, 20 minutes before the show, we had what was called come in. And come in was just 5 separate displays of different clowns doing different clown routines. And so, and the boss clowns are responsible not only for the clown. Each clown has their own routine, and some of them by that time were starting to be made by the show, produced by the show. Happened to me. Same thing. I had a good idea about my father. I wanted to respect my father, and I wanted to have a fruit wagon. My father was a fruit man, so I made a fruit wagon. And I said to Mr. Fell, I'd like to do the fruit wagon gag in honor of my father. He said, that's a good idea, but the way you made it, that's not the quality of the greatest show on earth. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, the routine will grow. You'll grow. The routine will grow. There's potential. But that prop is not the quality of the greatest show on earth. This is the greatest show on earth. Everything has to be first class. He says, we're going to make that prop for you. You're going to watch how they make it, and you're going to learn how to make it. And then the show will own the prop. I said, but Mr. Fell, I'd like to own the prop. He said, okay. Well, the show built the prop, and I'm still paying for it, by the way. But anyway, time. I'm going to get back to time and get back to what we're talking about.
Well, here's a slide of the blast from the past. And you did one video that was blast from the past. And one thing that I know when you go into the facilities or the facilities before this COVID thing is that you and Rico did your homework. You picked the music and the theme, and when you showed up, you didn't just show up as ChuckO, the All-American Clown. Sometimes you would show up in different personas.
Oh, sure.
And so, how is that? Of course, we're going to make those available. Father's Day, you picked
Groucho Marx.
Groucho Marx.
Well, here's the idea. The World of ChuckO as a whole unit, programming and otherwise, the idea why it's a world of ChuckO, because it's a world. My dream, if you will, and one of the goals is to recreate and reintroduce the history of radio and early television when things were live and things were real and characters were recognizable. They were consistent. They had personalities that were individual and recognizable. So the greats that we recognize, that I recognize to bring into senior community, which only makes sense, I'm going to the senior community myself. But as I remember as a kid, I remember my grandparents and who they liked, and was the great stars like Groucho Marx, Jimmy Durante, and then come my time, Tiny Tim. And so characters that really stuck out and were influential, not political one way or the other, but actually variety entertainers that could take the moment and let you not forget, but change the energy and give you a breath of fresh air. So in the case of this particular video, when you go to the World of ChuckO and you find a blast in the bed, you'll see a variety of characters and little samplings of them. And we do, Noriko and I do a whole program on each one of those characters. The history from Charlie Chaplin, the history of Groucho Marx, the history of George Burns. And if you don't know those names, you might think about it, Googling them. But if you're in the age where you do recognize those names, I'm almost sure, and I hope, that one memory of those names even will give you that breath of fresh air and an idea that, boy, you know, no matter how bad things are, there's a bright light somewhere.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the idea.
Let me just, people watching us on YouTube can see the phone number right there. But the ones on Facebook, so let me give you that phone number if you are on Facebook. That is 941-928-2246. That's 941-928-2246. And you can call or you can post message there on the live stream and see. I don't know if Chuck and Noriko, Tirsa and Noriko have seen anything in there that we need
coming
to,
around there. Yeah, there's one that Noriko just told me.
Yeah.
And I was delinquent when we Jim
Delinquent?
Yeah, I was delinquent.
Oh.
But that comes in the school days.
Oh.
School days.
I think
school
we have
days.
school days.
Good. Oh, there's school days. Yeah, I was just a little tight there. That's coming up in September. We go back to school.
We go back to school.
We gotta have the doctor.
But we're going online though.
Yeah.
It's gonna be online school. It's not.
Oh wait, don't worry about it. Don't
Yeah.
worry. That's
So-
another thing.
So you're gonna have to come up with online school.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
I have to tell you though, when Jim Strait called me, his wife had her birthday. There was another birthday that I meant to talk about right off the bat, because if you had seen our 4th of July broadcast, and right in the very beginning, we had a special guest. Little ChuckO was there.
Yeah.
And that
What
little
was his name?
ChuckO, Solar Coon.
Where's he from?
And he lives in Orlando,
Lives in Orlando.
and he's just a wonderful little kid.
Is
and
he
he's-
watching? Do you think they're
I
watching?
think he's watching right now, and
Hey,
if he's
can you
not,
give us a call?
yeah, if he's
Maybe
on
Mama
there or
can-
his mom's on there, give us a call. But I gotta tell you, today is his birthday, or tomorrow is his birthday.
Tomorrow's his birthday. Well, happy
So
birthday.
I want to say happy birthday, Solar Coon, and you did a great job in the World of ChuckO, and we hope to bring you back because there's a lot of routines that I could use a little ChuckO.
Yeah.
You know, and
Well,
most of the fans they
Are
could
you
use
gonna-
a little ChuckO.
Are you going to come up with a like other than Little Choco, maybe Choquito
You never know, it might be you.
or Choquitito?
Hey, that'd be you. We can do it. Hey, that's an
I don't
idea.
know. I mean,
You're gonna come out from behind the camera?
no.
Yeah. Well, we got Patriots out
I'm
behind there.
behind. I'm on the other side right now.
Hey, you are.
Yeah,
Hey,
so-
this is really strange. Usually he's on the other
on
side.
the other side, but now we don't have anybody on the other side.
Well, we
but-
can get. Hey, we'll get Patriots out behind you. I'm gonna bring you a little ChuckO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We can do,
the
something.
twin routine.
Oh,
Yeah. We do the mirror routine, and we.
but
can
he's. I guess so. I mean, I have a little bit of the eye thing going on in there because he's half Japanese, right?
Who's that?
little ChuckO.
Well, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
he
beautiful
is.
kid.
Yeah.
And he was so. It was so nice to see him do the
The Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah, he's been doing that since he was 3 years old.
Oh,
Can you imagine?
That was beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know how he. You know,
I don't know how he was able to walk with.
I don't know how he got in that
shoes.
cereal box.
I know that too.
There we go. Hey, look, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me.
That's what we're doing right now.
I was a lot younger there.
Oh,
There's a special needs friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Now who? She is from a certain facility that you guys visit, right?
That's right. She's from the United Cerebral Palsy, which is now they call Sunrise.
Sunrise.
And we have been.
If any of you at
Sunrise, call us up. That's for
please give us a
sure.
call.
Big Mike, call us up and over there. And if any of the homes, the houses where the families live, and the group house, give us a call. The number is 941-928-2246. These are wonderful, wonderful people. We've known many of these individuals, adult individuals, for nearly 20 years.
Now,
they've moved twice, by the way.
What's funny is that she is watching an episode on her phone. She's watching.
The episode of you. There's you right there.
Yeah, that's us doing that. The
cello.
episode that you tricked me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm playing the cello and we're doing the teach the violin routine, which it wasn't a routine because
I was learning.
We never talked about it.
Well, you
It
teach
just
me the
kinda
violin,
happened.
though. You did teach me the violin. I used to play the violin, but now I fiddle around. You knew it was coming. Anyway, he did teach me to play the violin, and some of them you can see. I have a very strange violin.
But you have lots of special friends. Now, there's someone right now in Scotland.
Oh yeah, Bradley. Yeah,
Bradley, are you
Hey,
there?
Bradley, hope you're
Hey,
watching
Bradley.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, where's
and Marion
Bradley?
on there.
Yeah, and they are in quarantine.
They can't come back.
They can't come back from from the
Scotland,
UK
yeah.
and Scotland. Yeah, and so.
But
we
there's
say
a special
hi.
there's a special video.
There is a special video, and it's
Yeah.
called Mr. Bradley. And
That's right.
if you go to worldofchucko.org and you go to the YouTube tab in there, you'll be able to click on it and just search. And there's so many videos in
Well,
there.
you got quite the memory, don't you?
Well, you have lots of videos.
Well, I was a lot younger then. What's that say? Somebody says on
I don't
Twitter.
know. That's for me, but don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you got
There's
this very
Kelly.
special lady.
Yeah.
Tell me about this special lady because you've known her for a long time,
Yeah.
and she's one of the pillars of the community. as
She
well.
certainly is. She gets involved in everything. She was involved in so many different parts of the arts in the community. And we've been friends with her. And we were, Noriko and I, were blessed to be part of Sarasota's All America's City.
Yeah.
And we went to Denver, Colorado with her and a contingent of about 20, maybe 18 or 20 people. And all people that were involved in the community relations in different parts of the community. There was the director from the library, there was the editor from the newspaper, there was a historian from town, there was, so many wonderful people. And I'm not going to say the name because I'll forget somebody.
Well, you have
But I
a
don't
lot
forget
of special
nobody.
names, but she's
But-
a very special lady.
Yeah, but Kelly was there, and Kelly was the stage manager of our program. We presented a little program, and Sarasota, by the way, is one of America's cities, one of America's special cities.
What would you say? Well, Sarasota, Venice is the circus capital of the world.
Well, Sarasota was
at least in the United States. right?
absolutely was the circus capital of the world when the Ringling Brothers was here, and then in the 60s, 68 to 67, when Irvin Feld bought the Ringling Brothers Circus from John Ringling North,
Yeah,
it went to Venice.
that's
And-
where it started.
Yeah,
Venice.
and go back to that train because
Yeah.
there's a video on here about the train. The Circus Historic Society is restoring an actual circus train. It's the next one, I think. The next one. Yeah, I saw it. There's my book.
there.
Oh, there it is, right there. So this is a circus train. Remember, they're restoring an actual circus train that traveled for Ringling
Yeah.
Brothers in Venice.
And there's a video. If you go again, you go to the YouTube, worldofchoco.com, and go to the YouTube icon. Click in there. It takes you to the playlist of the World of Choco on YouTube, and then you can search in there, and you will see that exact thumbnail. And if you click on it, you will see. It was an impromptu thing, actually.
Yeah.
You went there to look at your.
There's
exhibit
another blessing, that's
that
it.
was being, and one of the builders picked up the camera and followed Chuck around while Chuck was
Just talking to a guy,
sharing
yeah.
to him
History of that train. Yeah.
History of the train.
So the train in Venice, Florida, if you've never been to Venice, Florida, that was the winter quarters for Ringling Brothers and Barnum Circus under the Felt era. And that's when I was born and ChuckO was born and all that. But anyway, the Venice train station and the Venice Historic Society is restoring this railroad car, and they're making it into a mini museum of the Feld era in Venice, because it was such an impact on the city of Venice, Florida. And so the middle is going to be an exhibit, and there's a miniature arena. That was the circus arena was there. Yeah. Then on one end is the great circus star Gunther Gable-Williams. Matter of fact, tomorrow is the anniversary of his death. Oh. And many of you who, if you know circus, or if you've seen the circus world through the 70s and the 80s, Gunther Gable-Williams was probably one of the most famous circus stars in the world. And so Gunther's living room will be, a mock of Gunther's living room will be on display inside this circus train. Now the other end is going to be where I had my stateroom, my humble stateroom, when I became the boss clown. Mm-hmm. And then next to it is another room. Is going to be a very interesting story of a gal named Peggy Williams, and she started as the first female graduate, lady graduate that got a contract on the Ringling Show. And she moved herself up to management, and she got 3/4 of a three-quarters of a railroad car. Yeah. But she started in a little modest roomette, they call it, and those things are being built as we speak right now.
That's right.
They'll be available.
So, but if you go to worldofchucko.org and there, or worldofchucko.com, either one will take you to the website, and then go to the YouTube tab again. Click on it, it'll take you to the playlist, the World of ChuckO YouTube, and then look for that thumbnail, and you click on it, and then you can see it. I think the video is about 10 minutes long.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And it's very interesting, and it was fun to edit because it was unscripted. You're just talking to the builders, and it's done from the eyes of an iPhone. iPhone is not sponsoring, but if iPhone would, Apple would like to sponsor anything.
Absolutely, or anybody else watching, by the way.
Well, let me do just a commercial here for you. Many people have, since the last two broadcasts, is it 2 or 3 now?
3 now.
3 now. During the COVID era now, they've been trying to send donations, so that contributions, and you're still working, Noriko's still working, but not at the capacity that you were done before. Now the videos take a tremendous amount of time, and people have been doing that. There's a lot of volunteers, but we are also constantly getting equipment, software, and all those things, because I don't think this is COVID is going away anytime
Props
soon.
and materials as well.
Props, and we're all contributing in what we can. But for all of you who are so kind that send your contributions,
thank you very much. Of course.
Yeah, thank you. And Chuck always starts, which is something that he does. I'm not involved with that part of it, but you always have a list, and
we try to say thank you as we get it. I try to call directly. Noriko and I try to call directly, and of course, how much we appreciate your interest and support in the World of ChuckO, because this is not new. There's been wonderful, wonderful people out there on the other end of that camera that have been supporting us in so many different ways. Not only monetarily. Monetary is wonderful, of course, but we want to tell you thank you very, very much.
So for any of you who are so kind that have sent donations to the World of ChuckO, the World of ChuckO is a 501c3 organization, and Alvin Teagan, who is he's been here sponsor for a long time. He facilitated
senior board member,
absolutely. And if you feel like you want to contribute to the cause and get this programming to people, it doesn't matter whether it's $1 or any amount that you want, or just a letter to support the program.
Sure.
You can see the address in there. It's World of ChuckO Inc. at 6022 Chaparral Avenue, Sarasota, Florida 34243. And if you are on Facebook, we will put that in the comments below so that you're able to see that. And if you want to contribute with $1 or $2 or a letter of support or introduce us to someone else who would
That's right.
who would help get this programming to the people who cannot get out of the rooms, the people that are.
That's why we're doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
we want everyone to enjoy it. And by the way, this is family based. Our programming is always family based. It's made for everyone, young and old, old and young. And we try intention to stay away from people know what's happening in the world, and you hear it every day, but we try to give just a breath of fresh air, comedy, music, how we say, history, mystery, magic, music, mirth, and memories.
Yes.
And not only old memories, we want to make
memories.
new memories, and
Now-
you're the new memory.
I gotta.
Oh, look at
I call him Mr. OMG. Now he's the Pines, right?
No, he's at Sunnyside.
Sunnyside. Now, I don't know his name.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but
We're not going to say.
we're not gonna say it because
Ernest. I won't say Ernest.
and we call him Mr. OMG.
Watch it.
Yeah, you gotta watch that episode. So if you go to worldofchucko.org or worldofchucko.com, go to the YouTube again, click on it, go to the playlist, and then look for that thumbnail. And that was a wonderful thing. Again, it's impromptu. He is one of the groundkeepers, and he is a beloved figure in that facility.
everywhere.
And you've known him, he's
His heart is as big as he is, and he's bigger than him. And he's just a lovely, lovely gentleman.
yeah.
And if you don't see him, there's an aura around him. There's an aura around him. And I think he's just a magic. So look at that episode. I think we hope you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
And OMG, that's kind of...
Yeah, you have to just remember this, OMG, and just watch that episode. It's one of those things you just walking from your car.
We're just
to
going
the
to work,
facility,
yeah.
going to work, and that's where the magic happens. And again, it's not like we were talking before to all your friends who clown and been clowning for nearly 50 years. That it's not about. It's all about interacting with the people and then the response that comes from that interaction, and
really
that's the magic.
It's magic. It's
that's
magic.
the magic.
And I'll tell you hit the nail on the head too,
And
because
this is very special. So
yeah, although we have an outline and a general idea of what we'd like to present on each time that we go to see someone or a group of people. And by the way, we have a lot of different kind of programs.
Yeah.
Everything from men's club to intergeneration club when the facilities are open and access.
Yeah.
And so music and memories
Yeah.
for all different levels of dementia, Alzheimer, and just so many stimulating exercise. We have comedy and motion programs,
that's true.
and all the different programs. I can go on. There's about 5 or 7 defined outlines for programs,
Yeah.
and each one of them has a stimulation of all different types, but it's not forced. It's love from the individual to us with the knowledge and experience that we bring to them. So now it's their program, not ours.
Yeah.
But the responsibility for us, and we always get more than we give.
Yeah.
Always get more than we give. How you doing on time?
I think we probably would start wrapping it up, but I want to just quickly mention a few more things.
You say whatever you
Okay.
like.
And
Oh, that's important.
yeah, we do a little reading with the World of ChuckO, and that's you co-wrote that book. It's about you,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
so that's
Judy
also
Van
available.
Tighem. That's right.
Yeah. Now, this is one thing that's very, very important. And Tirsa and I started doing this. And if you go to smiles.amazon.com, and then you can choose a charity that you can, a portion of your purchase goes towards that charity. Not everything counts, but again, it's Smiles. I think it's Smiles.
Smile on Amazon.
Amazon.com, and then you can search for that, and you can search for World of ChuckO, and it will appear that you click on it, and then from that point on, a very minute percentage of your purchases goes to support the world of ChuckO as well. So
And
that's
also on Amazon is my book.
it's your book.
My book is there. You don't
yeah.
have to. That's just by itself. It's
Yeah.
also on our webpage. By the way.
Is from the webpage as well. So, and the title of the book is,
Here it is. Can you read it?
I don't think so.
Destiny, or a gift from God.
Yeah. And Judy Van Tiggen, is it?
Judy Van Tiggen. Yep. Yep.
And so if you have a chance, there are lots of really wonderful stories that are in there that will probably end up at some point as part of a video series. So
We hope so.
That's where we
That'd
are
be
headed.
nice. Yeah. Sure.
Now let me see.
Oh, that's wonderful. Look at that.
Oh,
That
that's-
was, by the way, that was at the Ringling Museum in the Cottazon, which is the house of John. That was John Ringling's mansion. And it was Christmas. And they usually have the Toys for Tots event.
Yeah.
And we were very, very blessed. Again, I use the word blessed. It's not a reoccurring phrase. It's a matter of fact. We were blessed that Noriko was asked to play the piano and invited DaVId and Tirza to play the cello and the violin for a very, very special Christmas concert.
Yeah. And it was fun.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. And so we did that photo shoot at the Cottazon mansion, and you see what else we have.
Oh, here's the Minnesota Buds. Hey, Buds, are you out there? World of ChuckO. Don't forget to find us at Minnesota Buds. What a wonderful, great organization that group is. Each year we do the Buddy Walk. That's in October. And
It's
coming up pretty soon.
Now I don't know if you'll be able to walk with them,
Well, we try.
but you know it's an outdoor event, and maybe if everybody's wearing masks,
Maybe by that time we're
maybe
okay.
by that time
It's out in the outfield, you know, at Hunsinger Farms here in Sarasota.
Yeah.
And the wonderful group, the Minnesota Buds, that's another one you can check out there.
Yeah,
and they're also a partner with the World of ChuckO. Oh, there we go.
Now you got some friends in there. Tell me about that program, because you, of course, from time to time you guys get to go see family in the other part of
Yeah.
the world. in
That's Japan.
Yeah.
That's Japan. And for the last 5 years, I got to say it again, we've been blessed.
Now, there might be some friends from Japan that are tuned in, so
Middle of the night, they'll watch it tomorrow.
they'll watch it tomorrow. You want to? ChuckO speaks Japanese and Japanese. So
Konnichiwa, minasan. Arigatou gozaimasu.
I like that.
You like it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't speak Japanese.
You speak Chuckanese, but not Japanese.
Not Japanese,
No,
but
Japanese.
Japanese. I'm getting better at it.
You're doing
you know,
you understand me, that's for sure.
I'm getting there.
You're doing good, huh? So the picture that we're looking at, again, I use the word blessed. I can't help it. We have been blessed for the last 5 years to do a workshop every year when we go back to Noriko's home, by the way, is right outside of Osaka, Japan. And I lived in Japan, for those of you who don't know, I lived in Japan for about 10 years. And this gentleman here was a student of mine in Japan when I was there. And he's an accomplished performer and a pretty big name in Japan, and he works throughout the countryside and all different types of variety entertainment, as we do here in America, but
And
variety.
that's one of the reasons it's called the world of ChuckO.
That's right.
It's not just here in Sarasota, but it extends to many parts, and we're happy to call them friends. And these are
So these people, there's doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs. There's different, not only entertainers take this workshop, and it's a one-day workshop, and we do a full day of variety entertaining, using what people's best skills that they have, twisting it into comedy, twisting it into heartfelt pathos, and believe it or not, language barrier or no language barrier, these wonderful, wonderful people have enhanced their life through entertainment and variety entertainment, and their personal lives is enhanced as well. So we look forward. This year, of course, we can't have the workshop, but over the years, there's 2, 4, 6. We usually limit it to 10 or 12 students. I think 2 of them was taking a picture here, but they go from one end of the spectrum to the other. And we do it, by the way, here in America. We'll do it on the line. Now, with this COVID, we can do it on the line. If you're interested in a workshop...
Just watch out. Wait for school days, which is coming
That's
in
right. It's September.
September. So
Yeah.
September's, we're going to do it as, in Choconese, we call it education on the line.
Oh, you're making fun of me again. You're making fun of me. Which one?
Oh yeah. We have a program coming in August, and that's
That's a big one. Yeah, that's
a big one.
ChuckO and his friends is summer fun with
Summer
ChuckO and
Fun
his
with
friends.
ChuckO and his friends.
That's
and,
coming.
And it's a live cartoon. If you cannot imagine it, you gotta watch it, of course. But
We'll note about it. It's going to be about the first or second week of August because
It's
last
coming up.
month was July 4th.
yeah,
So you've been waiting, and we appreciate. By the way,
it's
lot
a
of people-
complicated program, though.
This one is complicated. Yeah.
This one is complicated. A lot of layers of animation that go behind the scenes, and drone shots, and green screens, and graphics, and all.
And comedy
But a lot of comedy. But if you can see just the comedy and
variety,
a lot of variety, in there, so it's going to be a lot of
and
fun.
for children of all ages. By the
For
way,
children of all ages.
they're all ages too. Well, look at there, lovely
No.
Enrico going through the picture frame.
She won't let us turn the camera around right now. And because if we did, we would be celebrating our funeral tomorrow. But the lovely music director,
Oh my God!
right there, isn't she beautiful? And
Isn't she
she's got
lovely?
him well trained.
That's for sure. Saved my life. That's for sure.
She saved your life,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Climbing through the picture frame. That's
Climbing
good,
through
yeah.
the picture frame,
Yeah.
and that's also at the Calasan. Right? And
So well,
so,
that's downtown Main Street when we used to go there.
yeah.
Right? There's a
Back
couple
when,
fellas.
before COVID-19, you used to walk in downtown Sarasota, and there were times that you could go and have dinner inside a restaurant. And
We have a couple good restaurant friends, by the way, that are supportive of the world of ChuckO.
Absolutely.
And they know who they are, and when they let us know how much they appreciate how we want to let them know how much we appreciate what they're doing. And then when they give us permission, we'll certainly tell either they have
Everybody,
curbside or we have inside dining. Because
That's
some of them are reopening right now.
Yeah.
And we're just
But-
waiting because I don't have the proper information.
These guys are, I think, the managers for one of the downtown.
That's right.
And we went for lunch after a program, actually. And then they just wanted a picture with you, and you had, for some reason, you had some red noses in your pocket,
Yeah.
and that's what happened.
You know why a clown wears a big nose?
Why?
The bigger your nose, the better you smell. And around the circus, you better smell pretty good. What else you got on?
I'm afraid.
What else you got?
All right.
Oh, there's a good one. I mentioned the Gunther Gable-Williams and the great animal trainer. And this is a photograph from a newspaper, matter of fact, and we did what's called the horse chase. And again, I have to say, I'm blessed, more than blessed. Gunther said to me one time that horse, we did a routine, and it was just an outstanding blessing to perform with the great Gunther Gable-Williams every show. For 2 years we did that. That horse's name is Darling, by the way. Darling, I was so scared I was going to fall. He chased me around.
How many times a day did you guys?
2 and 3, depending on the day. Two every day.
Did she ever catch up?
She was so close to me. What happened is Gunther was in the ring and they had finished. His daughter was in one ring with a ring of horses. His wife was in the other ring, and then when they ended, Gunther was in the last ring, and the horses went out except for Darling. And Darling would do a standing walk. And just as he would walk, I would come in like that, and I would bump into Gunther, and he'd say, the act isn't over yet. And I say, yeah, but I got to clean up here. I had a broom. And he said, the act isn't over. And I would push him. And then he pushed me back. And I threw the broom down, and he would tell the horse. And the horse would come right this close over and he'd start chasing me. And I ran out of the ring. I ran out of the ring all the way around, all 3 rings.
All 3 rings?
And out the back door. And when I went out the back door, there was the ringmaster was there, and he had a microphone. And I screamed, ah! And right when I was screaming,
Yeah.
they stuck a full-size dummy of me in that same clothes on his bridle, and the horse came back out, and the announcer said, Gunther Gable-Williams. And they caught me, the horse caught me. But it was such an exciting,
Well,
I'm glad you got that picture. I haven't seen that in a while.
I saw it, and I thought that would be a very interesting.
Yeah.
for-
And then
for-
Mr.
for
Irvin
share.
Feld, I mentioned earlier. So he come to me. I said, we got a special chase we'd like to do. He said, well, what is it? I told him, with Gunther? Yeah. So he watched it. He says, does Gunther know about it? I said, certainly Gunther knows about it. He's a horse. He let me do. He's, directed it. So he come in. Mr. Feld said to me, how come Gunther has to come up with all the good clown gags? What's the matter with you? If you can't come up with a good gag, I'll get somebody. Oh, why do I have to go to Gunther? And it was a comic thing, but
That's
Gunther
good.
didn't say a word.
But I know you mentioned that, and I'm glad I found the picture.
Me too.
And there, and it
I
looks
love it.
good in there. Look at that.
Yeah, I look a lot younger there.
You had a lot more hair.
What else you got? I had a lot of hair, grew out of it. Well, look at that. Now tell about that. Now that's important.
Well, that's my logo.
Yeah, and it says,
It's just my name.
I know it.
That's all.
It's musical, no?
Well, yeah, but
Now you not only teach, and Tirza teaches,
yeah, but
and you play
there is
classical cello,
yeah,
and she plays classical violin, right?
yeah,
And you make cellos and violins,
yeah,
and you repair cellos and violins,
yeah.
right? For special clients.
But I think just the logo looks good, and I've had that logo for a long time.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, I think the first time I came up with that logo, it was 1994.
Wow, you must have been 10 years old.
Yep, I was.
What else you got there?
Well, let me see what else.
Oh, that's the World of Chuck. Well, look at that.
Look
That's
at
T-shirts are available with
Yeah.
that on.
So if you go to worldofchucko.org and you can find yourself, and
I
yeah,
drew that. You know how long ago I drew that?
Well, look at the side over here. Let me see, right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, your logo is right there.
Yeah, I didn't see that. It's right next to the World of Chuck.
It's
Yeah.
right next to you.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
But it's a beautiful logo, and it's such a happy logo. And you have a big stamp, so when you
When you get something, you get stamped.
yeah, so when you come to the World of Choco live events, which right now is not happening, but soon enough, Choco can stamp you.
Stamp rally.
Yeah.
That's big in Japan. Stamp.
All right.
Hey, there's some shoes.
I want you to tell me, just as briefly as Choco can, what does it take to make a clown shoe? Because now, Patriot, who you're probably still watching, she wears modern shoes, but
Yes.
you're the classical American clown,
Right.
and these shoes are like oversized. So it's a
These are actually cut smaller, and they
Yeah.
we made these special for our nursing and care facilities
Mm-hmm.
because there are a lot more obstacles there.
Right.
There's wires and hoses, and it's very, very difficult to manipulate and move around. In the circus
Mm-hmm.
ring, of course, there's all those kind of wires too, but it's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the circus, I had my shoes cut an inch and a half shorter. My bigger ones. You don't have a big.
I don't
these
have a
were
picture
made.
of the bigger
Yeah,
ones, but
these were made here by a wonderful family. It matters. She just had her birthday too.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, she had her birthday too. And they're terrible. I know the family. Wayne and Marty Scott. And Wayne passed, and Marty's still doing great. And their son had taken over the
Maybe
business.
when's this COVID thing, we can go and visit her.
Yeah, they're in Howie in the Hills. They used to be. I
Howie
hope
in
they're
the
still
Hills,
up there.
okay.
But anyway, they made clown shoes for a lot of clowns over the years. Everybody in the clown college, and they also made them for the Who's in the movie. When they had the Who's, what they call them, Dr. Seuss movie. They made a movie, a little Whoville, and
okay.
what did Grinch That Stole Christmas?
Uh-huh.
They made all those shoes.
Oh, wow.
And they made clown shoes and professional performing shoes. all
We'll
different
have
types.
to do an episode and go visit
Yeah,
them. And Choco visits his friends.
it'd be great. Yeah. So they remade these and they made them smaller. But my big shoes from the Ringland show, and what I wear a lot of time in big performances, stage performance or ring, is the yellow and check. And they had the idea to make it check instead of
I
square.
can get a picture of that.
Well, a lot of people knows what
but
it is.
yeah.
Anyway, in the case of these were cut very, very short, but they still appear to be bigger. The inside is actually the size of the foot, and most professional
It's
clown
just
shoes
they're padded
they're
around.
padded
so-
up, yeah, like a turnbuckle on the wrestling matches.
Yeah.
That's what that is. It's stuffed. And the old days they used to stuff it with horsehair because it'd be easier to dry out if it got wet.
Yeah.
So today they make them differently, and there's a lot more safety precautions. People use foam and different things.
Yeah.
But these are still that's horsehair in there.
Yeah, I know
And,
that now that I've seen different clowns,
Right.
you remain still with your classical.
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
Wardrobe, and some other clowns have transitioned into more.
Practical. It's practical. It depends on
it
what you're
depends on
doing.
what you're doing. Yeah.
Because the same thing, the early circus clowns in America, Many of them came from Europe, and they were acrobats, and they didn't always wear big shoes.
Okay.
The big shoes come later in the 30s and 40s, and colors and all that kind of stuff come in the 50s. And then when clown college came, oh boy, it went off the board. Because the bigger the better. Oh, giant shoe, but people
Everything
couldn't
had
walk.
to be big.
So in the case of mine, I cut them an inch and a half shorter,
Well, when you did
so I could trip and
the
fall.
4th of July, 4th of July with little ChuckO,
Oh, yeah.
he was wearing one of your pair of shoes.
That's right.
And so they were like super oversized.
Yeah, because they fit my feet.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
But you know, in the case of the horse chase,
We have someone.
in the what do you got? In the case of the horse chase, I was wearing them, the big ones.
Yeah.
You know.
So you have Noriko sending us, giving us a comment today.
Oh, look at there.
Okay.
This is a gentleman that just called now. He's coming ringing in now. And I did an interview. You might have seen it on the Facebook I had recently. Hello, Randall? Oh, it didn't work. He called and I missed the call.
Oh, okay.
Randall, if you're watching, Randall Kendall Jones is a wonderful, wonderful actor. And he's also a biographer. And he's also, is he on there? He's also he did an interview with me, a live interview.
Are you there, Randall?
Hello? Oh, it's still ringing. He called and I missed it. Did he call? No. Oh, okay.
We're calling you back.
Yeah, we're getting
So
you on
stand
there.
by.
We'll get it soon.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Hello, Randall? Hello? Oh, it's still ringing. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he's not there. Must have been on the other line. He's trying to call us, maybe.
yeah, maybe so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Anyway, if he comes on, Randall, we're talking to you. We're trying to call you. If you come through, we'll get it. But anyway, he has a wonderful show, and he had a lot of big.
Oh, there you
Hello,
go.
you there? Oh, it's a message. So he's on
I
the
guess
phone.
we're trying to call back and forth, and sorry, missed your
Randall
call.
Kendall Jones. That's what it says. 2 minutes. What do you mean 2 minutes? Oh, it says 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Randall Kenneth Jones. We'll get him in 2 minutes. So he is on the phone. He's probably getting his makeup on. That's why. You know.
Could be.
But he did quite the interview. We were in Fort Myers.
Fort Myers.
In a
yeah.
small theater, and we did a podcast. And the podcast is actually running on. Hello, you there, Randall? Hello, Randall? Hello, Randall?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing? This is Mr. DaVId next to me, and here you go. You're on, ladies and gentlemen, Randall Kendall Jones, a wonderful man. I'm going to let him do his own introduction because I just been blurbing about you and about the podcast that you just rebroadcast, right?
I just rebroadcast your incredibly special podcast that you did on my show, yes.
So I want to tell a little bit about yourself and your podcast. Do a little commercial before we get to talk to you a minute.
Oh, okay, so is this on the show that I see
You're
live on Facebook?
You're live right now, yes, sir.
It's just about 5-second delay.
You're behind yourself. That's all. You know how that works.
Well, I'm very happy to do that and thrilled to help and support you in any way I can. I'm so grateful that I had a chance to have you on my podcast, which is actually called Jones.show. This show is called Jones.show, and online it's found at www.jones.show. So I kind of think I idiot-proofed the name.
Absolutely. We'll get it out there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But what I'm so proud of, I just loved your show. I just love your commitment to your craft because it's a craft. It's real. I am not kind to our country for, in so many ways, dismissing your craft and those of you who do it. I am not pleased with the creative minds that retell stories that place clowns in such a negative or frightening light. And I just, to see those of you, and I know other people who are professional clowns or who have worked at this, whose life's work is just to entertain a family or a child.
Yeah.
And that just needs to continue to be respected and given the chance to shine. And it's just, I think it's just so profoundly special. And the story I have told is, ChuckO was singing to me. We actually did the podcast, which is still available, and we did a public event.
At Jones.com.
Well, at Jones.show.
At Jones.show, yeah.
But we also, as you recall, I want to tell the story, if you have for me to tell this.
Absolutely.
Public event, and where
ChuckO's telling his stories and talking about being a clown and the experiences he had. 2,000 people, in attendance, and the celebrities, and how he's given his life to this and his passion to this work. And I'm looking out and going, wow, now there's 20 people here, and ChuckO doesn't care. He is giving his heart and his soul to these 20 people the same way he gave it to 2,000 people 20 years ago. And I don't know if you've heard, Chuck, you haven't heard me say this. You don't know some of the things I'm saying and why you mean so much to me and what you do mean so much to me. And I agree in my keynotes, when I take what I learn and go out and teach, you are one thing I teach.
Wow.
Because just that commitment, arts education to me is huge, regardless of how you look at it. My arts education put me in a position to communicate better than I ever would have, and I'm a verbal and a written communicator, and it's because of my arts education. And entertaining people is part of what I do as well. My arts education did that. People like you teach me to be funny. It's true. It's part of it. So, but then, we're at the end, and ChuckO, you're going to have to remind me the song you sang as your closing song.
Yeah.
Sure, we always do it. It's the goodbye song from Red Skelton.
Okay, the Red Skelton goodbye song. And I'm up on stage, and he's got, his wonderful picture frame around my head, and his arms around me, and I'm seeing the 20 people in the audience, and once again, here he is singing the song, and I think I was equal parts 7 and 37. Because he is, at this point, has revealed he's a real clown. And there's a big difference between a real clown with real clown makeup and a real clown costume and somebody who goes and does it for Halloween.
Yeah,
it's not the
absolutely.
same thing. It's
Wow.
the professionalism in the presentation. And so the 7-year-old is going, wow, I am on stage. A real clown is interacting with me. And then I was like, I'm about to cry. Oh, I'm about to ugly cry. What's going on? And I think it was that almost the sadness and the anger that I want that crowd to be 2,000 people again and not 20.
Understand.
God bless you. God bless. Thank you very much,
It's
Randall.
just so true. It's so true. And when people have a craft, and it's an art form, and it's a cherished art form. I mean, if you even go back to the Harlequins from the Commedia dell'arte days, which Commedia is something that I've studied, that is an early clown. If you look at the jesters in folklore, these are early clowns. There's such a rich history that feeds into this profession.
Oh, you're so wonderful. Wow.
Well, I want to tell anybody who's listening to this, I did not know this was happening. So, I mean, I'm not a plant.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I saw that you all were live, but I'm not a plant. I'm just responding because my friend ChuckO asked me for help, and if he asked me for help, the answer is going to be yes.
Well, I got something for you. I want to put you in clown makeup in the world of ChuckO one day.
Put me where now?
I want to put you in clown makeup and let you do a routine on the world of ChuckO.
Oh, wow.
So let's look at that for the future, next couple programs. August we're tied up, but maybe in September or October, maybe we're going to get you in there, and we'll make sure we schedule that.
Oh, man, I could so totally get into that.
We're going to do it, Randall. Absolutely.
I became 7 again.
That's wonderful.
I just wish you well. I want the world to continue to embrace this beautiful, wonderful, fabulous, kind, caring art form, and to fine, if you want to demonize the clown here or there, I'm always going to support art, but you can't demonize without celebrating.
God bless
And
you.
we just really need to celebrate the art form, and people need to have respect for the commitment that you have had to this profession for 40 years.
Thank you very, very much. God bless you, Randall.
You're welcome. And once again, this isn't a setup. I didn't know you were calling. So.
I know. I didn't know you were calling too. God bless you. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hey, we keep watching the World of ChuckO. We got the new one coming, and let's make a plan to get you up here, and you tell your story, and I'll put you in makeup, and we'll do a little routine, you and I.
Would love it. So fun. Never considered that as something that would happen to me in my life, and I am so in.
Well, it's going to
And
happen.
The website is www.jones.show.
www.jones.show will quite literally take you to the podcast website.
Okay.
But people are on podcast, Jones.show is available. You can search Randall Kenneth Jones or Jones.show.
Yeah, and mine is up there. You just put mine back up there, right?
I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
You put ours back up there recently, right? I just saw it on the Facebook.
It's been there the whole time. What you don't know is that I just re-released it for the summer.
Yeah.
What you don't know is that new people find it every day.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, a podcast is a little bit like...
I got to figure out a way where we can plug it into the world of ChuckO into our website so they can see it there as well.
We'll
work on
I
it.
can absolutely send you the dedicated links to just your show.
Oh, please,
great.
please.
Have your show pop up.
Oh, great. Thank
Sounds
you.
great. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for the kind words, Randall. We'll see you sooner than later, huh?
Absolutely. You take care.
Enjoy. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, what a great phone call, huh?
I know. Yeah.
Holy smokes. You know
I
what a
just-
nice fella he was.
That's the last slide I have. I think that we've probably been close to 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. very
No,
much.
I
Well,
think
then
it's-
we'll do what Randall said. You know, he talked about the goodbye song.
Yeah.
And so if
do
you
want to do you want to ask Noriko to see if she wants to?
yeah,
play?
maybe she'll play along with us for the finish. But before we do, if you were here in the very beginning, 2 hours more
Yeah,
ago,
yeah.
and you heard the Hello song. So the Hello song came from a radio commercial for Halo shampoo. Now I use a goodbye shampoo myself.
Well,
But somebody.
someone's calling.
Oh, this is from New Jersey. Hello, this is ChuckO. How can I help you?
Chuck,
Hey, Dave. Dave from Deptford, New Jersey. My old school pal, Dave Donnerpel, ladies and gentlemen. Dave, you're on the TV, on the radio, or whatever we're on. How you doing?
who do what?
Yeah. You're live, man. You're live with us. Did you know that? Is it okay to be live?
Sure, absolutely.
You want to talk to our viewers? We've been talking about 2 hours now, and I just was talking about Deptford, New Jersey, where I was born in Philly, and then we grew up in Deptford. We talked about that, by the way, in the 4th of July program.
Is he there?
Yeah, are you there, Dave? You in Jersey? In Jersey?
I'm here. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, you want to talk to our people over there? Say hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody, how are you? How are you, ChuckO?
How you doing? Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, is Gail there with you?
She's in the back trying to figure out what she's going to wear tonight.
Oh, where you going?
We're going out to winery to go see another old Deptford guy, Michael Gillum, Rondo.
Oh, yeah, he's playing in. Now, he wasn't in your band, but they had their own band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me just tell the people. So Dave had a band. It was called West Wind, and he's a drummer, by the way, but professional drummer. And so when we were in high school, they had this West Wind band, and they played a lot of great music. But they worked in a place, it was called the Deptford Tavern, one place. And my father sold the lettuce and tomatoes to the Deptford Tavern for them to make the sandwiches and stuff, and salads and things. So I knew the people pretty well, and then Dave's band got booked in there. And I would go in there, but they had breaks between their sets. Those days, what do you do, 2 or 3 sets, Dave, with you guys in the night?
Yeah, it's about 3.
About 3 sets. So between the sets, I would go up and do the comedy, see? I would do comedy. Unprofessional. We'd just go up there and I'd tell some stories, tell some jokes, did some impressions. Those days, impressions was a big deal those days. And I did some impressions, right? But those guys boy, they played the music. So you still drumming, Dave? We can't drum anymore?
You want to know something?
What?
I was actually downstairs playing today.
Is that, I was going to play the drums and they told me to beat it. I want to play the trombone, but I let it slide. Anyway, you're talking with Mr. DaVId here. He's a musical director himself, and Noriko's in the other room. And so is his wife. His wife's a violinist, matter of fact. So,
Oh, nice.
you been listening to the program?
Hey, maybe he can do the closing song with us.
Yeah, but he don't have no drums. It's downstairs.
Oh, but he can sing.
Yeah, hey, he is a good singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he yelled through a screen door and strained his voice, though.
Oh.
Noriko, you want to do the finish song? We're going to do the finish song, Dave. I'll talk to you in a little while. Are you going to sing with us? You going to sing with us?
What
You-
do you want me to do?
You'll get it. You'll get it. We're going to do the goodbye song from Red Skelton. Just follow me if you would. The time has come to say goodbye. My, how time does fly.
It does fly.
We had a laugh, perhaps a tear. Now we hear goodbye. We really hate to say goodbye, for times like these are few. We wish you love and happiness in everything you do. You ready? The time has come to say goodbye. We hope we made some friends.
I hope so.
And so we'll say, may God bless you
And you, and you, and you.
and you until we meet again. Hey, God bless you, Dave. See you later. Thank you. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye-bye. Thanks. Thanks, everybody. By the way, we're not done live broadcasting. You're still broadcasting, right?
We're still, we're just saying
We're saying goodbye. I wanted to say that if you were here in the beginning, the opening song, the hello song,
Yep.
and the goodbye song was put together by the great Jackie LeClaire, one of the great circus clowns. His father was a circus clown as well. He was also a mentor of mine after I come out of the circus. And Jackie helped us with our senior programming through the years. And so the hello song was from the Halo shampoo commercial.
Yeah.
And he changed the words to hello everybody. You remember how we
Well, let me just play it because I have
Oh,
it
you got
right
it
here.
there?
Yeah, and I'm going to leave the sound on for us.
I'll
And
talk over it, yeah.
So we can talk over
Yeah.
it. Okay, here we go.
So Enrico made the arrangement.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
So that was Halo shampoo.
My name's Chuck Sidlow.
And it was
I
Halo
want
shampoo
you to
makes your
know
hair glow.
Friendship and love, we come
And then
to
he
show.
changed these words
Please
for our
give
clients.
us your attention. Come on, get set, let's go.
And most important was, we asked for you to join us in what we're going to do.
The success of our program.
It all depends on you and you and you, and it still does.
So hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, dear friends. Hello.
So that song, Jackie reworked the words, and Enrico did the music, and then we come up with the goodbye song, Red Skelton's goodbye song. It was just a natural way to say thank you and goodbye. We did another one sometime when we do an intergeneration with children. And what's great is our programs, what we try to do with dignity and love and heartfelt respect. All of our programs, even though it's comedy, people make a big mistake, and Randall was very clear about that. A lot of people mistake comedy as a foolishness.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of hard work and effort. And
It's a craft.
it's a craft. And when you're dealing with world travelers, people who have lived their lives, raised families, run businesses, started businesses, you have this level of dignity and respect. And you can't just walk in there and squirt water or blow up a balloon or juggle. Those are nice things, but it's a different kind of presentation.
It's a different
and
kind, yeah.
different kind of respect and honor. So our program, over 20 years, we've really crisscrossed every word, every action, every feeling, every emotion, every routine, every idea, and every presentation with, if you can't see, you got to hear it. If you can't hear it, you got to feel it. You can't feel it, you got to see it. If you can't see it and feel it, you got to get it in your heart.
Yeah.
So we try to mix all those things, and we go through a fine-tooth comb, fine-tooth comb, fine-tooth comb. And we get to the end of it, it's respect and honor. And if someone's to walk in when we're doing our program, we would say, is that our family with us? Is it our family watching us? Is it the person's family watching us? Is it the person's family we're entertaining? And all those angles has to be crossed with dignity and respect. And every program we do, we crisscross those points. So then we get to the end. So, okay, so we're going to say thank you. We say thank you. Red Skelton did it beautifully. It was a poem, the Red Skelton song we just did.
Right.
And sometimes that's a little bit heavy, especially when I say we have intergeneration. Small little children, kindergarten and first and second grade. And by the way, they're people too. And we treat them just as the same people as an adult, but at their comprehension. Can't teach them something unless they got a reference point.
Yeah.
So we talk to children and share children's views and presentation because at their knowledge point, and it's a constant learning schedule for us, from old to young.
Absolutely.
So we get to the kids, and then we're going to say, okay, we thank you very much. Well, the hello song is a little heavy. We thank you very much. So we did that way. We thank you very much We thank you very much. We really had a lot of fun. We thank you very much. And the kids, boy, they know that right away.
Yep.
You know that song?
Yep.
Hi-ho to Dario, right?
Yep.
But the kids don't know that part. They know from us. We thank you very much. We thank you very much. We really had a lot of fun. We thank you very much. And we hope you'll come see us on the August program of the World of ChuckO. Thanks. Thank you very much, everybody. Come see us at the World of ChuckO.